Welcome to The Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's decant. We are wrapping up Tuscany week with the Saturday practical episode, and Tuscany is a particularly important region to cover in a buying guide because the quality and price range is enormous. From $15 Morellino di Scansano to $300 Brunello Riserva from reliable cooperative-based Chianti, to single vineyard Gran Selezione from a legendary estate. Navigating that range confidently requires a framework, and that's what today's episode provides. The DOCG value hierarchy for Tuscany right now is that at the best value end, Morellino di Scansano at $12 to $20 for entry-level bottles from reliable producers is a great place to start. Vino Nobile de Montepulciano at $18 to $35 for wines with genuine complexity and age-worthiness at prices that consistently undercut comparable Chianti Classico. Brunello di San Giuliano at $12 to $20 for the white wine of Tuscany is the genuinely distinctive and underpriced. Chianti Classico Annata from a serious producer at $20 to $35 is honest, food-friendly, excellent everyday red wine. Chianti Classico Riserva from a reliable estate at $30 to $60, which would be more structured, better for aging, representing real quality at its best, and Gran Selezione at $60 to $150. This is the top of the Chianti Classico pyramid, wines that genuinely compete with the finest Italian reds at a fraction of the Brunello price. Brunello di Montalcino at $70 to $200 for standard bottling and significantly more for Riserva or prestigious producers. And the Super Tuscans at $40 to $400 depending on the wine and the producer. So vintages for Tuscany matters more here than in most Italian regions because Tuscany's Mediterranean climate produces significant year-to-year variation. And a Brunello in particular needs a good vintage to justify its mandatory 5-year aging investment. For Brunello, 2016 is widely considered the finest vintage of the last 2 decades, producing wines of extraordinary balance, structure, and aging potential will still be improving in 30 years. 2015 is nearly as good, slightly riper and more immediately generous. 2010 was exceptional, and wines from that vintage are drinking magnificently well right now at peak. For Chianti Classico, 2019 and 2021 are both excellent recent vintages. 2015 and 16 are also superb if you can find an older Riserva and Gran Selezione. For Super Tuscans, some recent vintages to look for: 2019, 2020, and 2021 are all strong. 2016 and 2015 are the benchmark years for the Bulgari coast. So producer list by zone: Chianti Classico, we got Fontodi, Isole Iolena, Castillo de Volpaia, Monte Bertine, Ricine, Felsina. These are the names to look for first. In Brunello, looking for Biondi Santi at the pinnacle, Poggio di Soto for elegance and precision, Il Poggione for accessible and consistent wine, Mastrogiani for excellent quality at reasonable prices, Vino Nobile, Polziano, Avenonese, Salceto for biodynamic farming. Super Tuscans, we're looking at Salsiccia from Tenuta San Guido, Ticinello and Solaya from Antinori, Ornellaia and Maceto from Ornellaia Estate, Licera Nuove for Ornellaia's accessible second label at around $45. The value picks at each price tier, so under $20, Morellino di Scansano from a reliable producer like Eric Banti or Col d'Orca, Vernaccia di San Gimignano from Panesi, $20 to $40, Vino Nobile from Polziano, Chianti Classico Annata from Isole Iolena or Fontodi, Il Poggione Rosso di Montalcino, the younger sibling of their Brunello, for a taste of their style, $40 to $80, Chianti Classico Riserva from Fontodi or Felsina, Super Tuscan second wines like Licera Nuove from Ornellaia or Guidalberto from Tenuta San Guido. Entry-level Brunello from Il Poggione, above $80, we're looking at Gran Selezione Chianti Classico, flagship Brunello from great vintages such as Ticinello, Rantinori, or Ornellaia. The sommelier script for Tuscany: say I'm looking for a serious Tuscan red, interested in Sangiovese specifically, ideally from Chianti Classico or Brunello di Montalcino. I want something with some age on it if possible, from a good producer with a real structure and the ability to develop further in the glass. What's the most interesting thing you have under $50? That question signals specific knowledge of the zone and the grape, interest in wine that has some development rather than just a fruit-forward, easy drinking, and a clear budget. Any knowledgeable Italian wine buyer will respond to it with genuine enthusiasm, because Tuscany is a subject that Italian wine specialists love to talk about in detail. A follow-up question worth having ready is there anything from Vino Nobile di Montepulciano or Morellino di Scansano that you're particularly excited about? That signals that you know the broader Tuscany map, not just the famous names, and will often unlock recommendations from the buyer that they don't share with customers who only ask about Chianti and Brunello. Tomorrow, we'll go into the wrap-up. You won't want to miss it. That's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. We'll see you tomorrow for the next Decant.